Good day, Crestwood community. I reach out to you today just to send a brief message of thanks and also to ask for your continued support and your patience as we navigate these uncharted waters, as we continue to try to identify innovative ways to keep the instruction of our children as safe and as close to realistic as possible. In March of 2020, we as a community, as a state, as a nation, as the whole globe is facing this pandemic caused by the virus COVID-19. We, in March of 2020, asked you for your patience and your support as we navigated the waters for the very first time. Since March to this date, and I promise you we are not stopping, we have been evaluating and reevaluating how we were teaming up for best instruction as close to realism as possible for our students. Recently, you received a tentative plan that a task force of over 50 volunteers were part of. And this task force included teachers, included community members, parents, and others that have a vested interest in our children's education here at the Crestwood Schools. Through this plan, we are trying to be as innovative and as close to a real classroom scenario as we can as we try to look at different if-then statements. If certain things occur, then what will we do to be prepared as a Crestwood Schools district to help our children? With this plan and with the surveys that have come out as well as other letters that are posted on our website and have been emailed to all parents, we are asking parents to make a decision to choose whether or not they want their child in online learning or face-to-face instruction. I would like everyone to understand that we understand this is a difficult decision. Myself, as well as many Crestwood team members, have to make that same decision for our own children. So it is not something that we easily ask of you to do, nor is it something that we think is an easy question to answer. We know it is difficult. But in our current situation and the circumstances that we are dealing with, we have to ensure that we give these two options. Number one, to ensure that those that are face-to-face and those that wish to have face-to-face instruction, that we meet the guidelines of the state's back-to-school plans, which includes wearing masks, which includes 6 feet of social distancing, which includes multiple layers of cleaning protocols. Moreover, allowing parents to have the option for online learning allows parents an opportunity to give their children a learning experience outside of the classroom if they so choose. We are currently, and we have been, and we have not stopped since March of 2020, evaluating and reevaluating what we have done, what we need to do, and where we need to move forward. We hear your concerns. We hear your questions. And we're doing the best we can to answer them in a timely fashion, as well as to adjust our plan as necessary. This coming week, I and my team are meeting with the different union groups to ensure that we were all on the same page. But I can tell you, just from our preliminary conversations, every team member here at the Crestwood Schools, no matter if they're part of a union or not, are all on board with doing what is in the best interest for kids and making this instruction for 2020-2021 as close to realistic as possible. But we also are understanding that the team members here at the Crestwood Schools, we have to make sure that it is fair for them as well, because many of them have families. Many of them may have underlying conditions or have children at home who have an underlying condition. So this is a balance that we are all working on together as one team. There are no separate entities. From the Board of Education all the way through every member of this team, there are no separate entities that are going to go rogue and do something different. We are going to do this together. And we understand and we know that no matter what decisions we make, we know some people may not be happy. But please understand that whatever decisions we make, we are making those decisions by listening to everyone and hearing what everyone has to say. And then these final decisions that we make are going to be, one, what are safe and as equitable as possible for all children and community members and staff members and team members, as well as what is the most rigorous to support our children so they don't lose another year of schooling. One thing I do want to make clear to the community. Currently, we are in phase 4. And what phase 4 means is basically the emphasis is on the school districts to make a determination on how they will function in 2020-2021. That is why we are offering the option of either online learning or face-to-face instruction. If the governor's office moves us to phase 5, no matter the choice you make, we will all be back face-to-face. If the governor moves us to phase 3 or lower, no matter the choice you make, we will all be online. Therefore, as the task force was directed to do, not only did we prepare for online learning and for face-to-face cleanliness and being able to ensure that we are following the state's back-to-school guidelines, but we also discussed and were preparing for interrupted learning. Because what interrupted learning means is that for those that do go face-to-face, if there comes a time that we go to phase 3 and everybody has to go online, we have asked our staff and our teams to be prepared to do so and to move those children from face-to-face to online because of interrupted learning. Also, if God forbid we are in face-to-face instruction and any of our children and or staff become infected with COVID-19, we have protocols to follow, which could lead to shutting down a classroom, multiple classrooms, or even a school. And if that is to occur, that again is interrupted learning so that your child will still have instruction continuing even if they can't come to school. These are very uncertain times. These are definitely unprecedented times. And I am someone who loves the plan. But that is why we as a school district have planned for multiple scenarios, because we don't know what will happen next. And therefore, we want to be ready. We assure you that no matter what choice you make, we have a team here at the Crestwood Schools that is willing and ready to go a step further than they've ever done before. The expectations are high for the entire team. That includes me. We will not accept mediocrity. We will not accept less than striving for greatness. Your child's education, your child's safety is our paramount focus during this COVID-19 pandemic and when this pandemic is over. In November of 2019, I made a promise as the new superintendent of the Crestwood Schools that I would take into consideration all the time what is in the best interest for students and what is fair for the team. That's who we are. We are one of the best districts in the state of Michigan, and we will rise. I, as well as the Crestwood team, are up for the challenge, and we're ready to take this to the next step. Again, there will be more conversations and there will be more meetings next week with more information to come to our community. Please, please, please go through the tentative plan that is on our website, and that we will also share if we have not shared with you via email. Please review that tentative plan. It goes into detail what online instruction will look like, and it goes into detail how face-to-face instruction will adapt to the needs of the back-to-school plan by the Michigan Department of Education. And please know, we are in this together. We are in this together. We are one team as a community. I assure you, no one on the Crestwood Schools team is going to make a decision based on what's good for him or her. We are going to make decisions that is in the best interest of all our students. And I assure you, I assure you that every single team member in the Crestwood Schools, from the superintendent's office, the district administration, the teachers, the building principals, secretaries, paraprofessionals, everyone is going to do what they need to do to ensure that your child gets the best education possible. But again, we need your support. We need to work on this together. The old saying is, it takes a community to raise a child. There has never been a time more detrimental for us to follow that philosophy than today. Not only is it going to take a community to raise a child, it's going to take a community that works together, helps one another, looks for positivity, not just negativity, to take us to the next level. Let's be positive. Let's be Crestwood strong. And remember, you hear something, you see something, say something. Ask the questions. Gossip is not gospel. Rumors don't get us anywhere. We are very transparent and we are here to listen to you. Reach out to us, reach out to your schools. We meet on a regular basis to ensure that our message is the same message, one that supports you. Again, let's be Crestwood strong. Let's continue to support one another and continue our positivity. Thank you and have a wonderful, wonderful day. More news to come this coming week.